Greetings everybody and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself. We are back here at the Warwick Homestead. For those of you who have commented and watched my last couple of episodes, thank you very much for your support. It is good to be back and hopefully I'm going to have a much better uploading spree. And if you haven't noticed as well, I uploaded a new episode of my Sims series, which I know a couple of you have actually been asking about, which surprises me actually, because I only had 2 episodes of that, so yeah, I was quite surprised you guys wanted to see that so much. I will be doing some more of those in the near future, so don't you worry about that. Now, yeah, if you could please do this, that would be lovely. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy what you see. Hit the notification bell, means you'll always know when I've uploaded. Won't bore you with the rest. Now, we're back here at the Warwick Homestead, and I've just realised one fatal flaw of this farm, and that is solely the incompetence of my settlers. See, 2 raiders came up the front. Everybody on the farm drew their weapons and opened fire. The issue with that is a lot of these planters suffered friendly fire. So these settlers are going to be their own worst enemy in that they're going to destroy their own shit. And I am not keeping up with the upkeep of that. I'm telling you that for nothing. There's not much I can do about that though, to be fair, unless I completely move these farms, which I'm not willing to do. So we'll just have to deal with that as and when the issue comes around. Over this side, I worked out a central quote-unquote atrium, a layout for what I want to do here. I don't know whether I want to make it another story high, but this is essentially going to be the centre of the residential area. I just need to construct a nice centre point for the very middle here. I was thinking a very large statue. I don't know how well received that'll be. Excuse me. It's been a long day. What else have I done in the meantime? I moved all the beds under here just for now, just so that I could work without letting the happiness go down. And that's more or less all I've done off camera. Just mess around with a bit of the framework and put in this corn farm. The food is over 100, but because they have shot down the corn fields, as you can see, the amount does go back up. But I'm only going to fix this, I think, once it's all completed. It's not like we don't have enough food for everybody anyway. So, what are we going to do today, you might ask? Well, I think one of the first points that we could deal with over here is this room here. Now this is essentially going to be the control room for the water turbines and the power plant. I'm so sorry. And I think we can adapt the plant a little bit here based on what we have. So I don't. Oh, is this going to crash? No, it's not. Right. Right, so I can move these pipes if I really want to. That's a good thing. I could leave them as they are. We'll see. Anyway, this is going to be the water reclamation control room. What you'll also notice is I have actually been to Croot Manor and I've brought all of my Minutemen equipment over. Why I put them in here, I don't know, because this is where we're going to be starting work. So I'm very quickly going to move these over here. Let me just shove them over here, stick it down where there's space. And I'll move the cabinet as well. I nearly just clicked one of the stone things there and completely busted my game. that would have been, I would say hilarious, but not really hilarious. Sorry if this is glitching all over your screen. And I learnt my lesson from Croup Manor. Always lock your shit. Lock it. Okay. So here we have a nice space to work with. I am aware that we're going to be taking a few beds out of the equation. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Also, we're about to lose power to the settlement because bye-bye. Blimey, he's already going out there. Okay, so we have a nice empty space to deal with. Now, in a water reclamation plant, we will have several monitors. This will probably need a day and night crew in order to deal with this properly. Now, under, I believe it's CVC. Okay, it's not CVC. Furniture. No, that is power armor displays. Ooh, industrial set. Oh. I might have to consider using these for some. I've forgotten about those. Here we go, console style, it's under furniture. Now, we have several. So we've got chrome plating, that looks kind of post-war. We also have the non-functional ones. Well, none of these are exactly functional, but these are kind of reworked from vanilla. So we have a really good set of variety out of these. We've got pretty much every style imaginable, which I think is amazing. So we've got everything from like maps and terminals here. You've even got a map of the Commonwealth. You've got like security monitoring, which might be good for like a security base if I put one on the roof maybe. And there's all kinds of monitoring equipment. And we've also got corner terminals and pieces to separate corners. So there's plenty here. So I'm going to start off with a centerpiece. Now, do I want chrome, grey, green, red, weathered, or white? How does white look? Shame we can't have blue because that would be some good Minuteman style. Of course, the weathered one is post-war. Got red, which I think is a bit too garish, and we got green, which is essentially the vanilla style. What about grey? I mean, grey looks pretty neutral, but I think the chrome style has almost like it's brand new, which is the look I'm going for here. Like we've restored the Reclamation place. So let's put that right here in the centre. Now these should all snap to each other. Now under the reworked set, I know we have a whole lot of choice. We also have ones that you can sit under. This will probably have 2 operators during the day perhaps. I think having a couple of these recording pieces on one side looks pretty decent. You know, it's recording data as the plant operates. We also have an instrument monitoring set there. And that's got some numbers, a few lights, some readouts. That would make sense. I can also decorate over the top, which is ideal. Now here's the thing, we need to put in a corner piece. That telephone is a pretty good idea. That fucking flu still will just not get out of my system. That is a pretty huge gap we've got going there. Don't want a gap. Let's just drag that back to the wall, like so. That's it. So how are you guys doing? I was thinking maybe I should play a bit of that new Hogwarts Legacy that's just come out. That's, I mean, I've always loved the Harry Potter series, and I reckon it would be quite interesting to see what I could probably do with that game. So if you guys would be interested in seeing me actually play Hogwarts Legacy, I would be happy to give that a try. I mean, I'm going to buy it anyway, but if you guys want to see it in action, hell yeah, let's give it a go. Oh yes, now that's what I call, that is what I call a setup for water reclamation. See, I kind of want to do something on the upper floor as well. I feel like it's a bit of wasted space if I don't. I can't really, let's be honest, I could actually. Let me just quick save before I break my game. Actually, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Normally when I have ideas, that's when insurance companies begin to go bankrupt, but we'll see how this pans out. So under the industrial kit, we have the industrial floor. Now to keep this, excuse the double wordage here, but to keep it in keeping with the plant's rustic aesthetic. If you guys know where that is from, just know that I love you. Just pull that out ever so slightly. Now my question is, if I put down a standard set of steps, could I put it down without getting in the way of this pipe? Very normal sets of steps I have here anyway. No. If I don't really want anything from the deco kit anyway. Deco kit probably wouldn't suffice. I mean these stairs are decently steep on these catwalks. Let's make the ones out of concrete here. Let me just put them down here for a sample. I mean, these are massive. Do we have a U that's smaller? These are massive. Now putting these down would just take up a lot of space unnecessarily. And those are way too long. Now these concrete ones are not exactly what I'm looking for. Too big. Okay, so I can't do that as an option without taking the pipe out. Is this pipe connected to anything? To be honest, no it's not. Oh, you bastards, that was connected. Tell you what, I'll deal with that bit in a minute. I think what's important is we get this bit sorted. Now I swear, the Snappy Builds kit, or rather Snap and Build, must have... I like the way I pretty much know where shit is without looking. No, I'd have to do a dog leg stair to get this down, so I would have to put a corner in, and then that would encroach on the door. So that is not an option. That's not an option at all. I don't really want to go any further than that. Oh, this sucks. I'm on the verge of something really good here. And wood just does not work. What about metal? Are there any metal steps in here? Yes. I could use these metal steps. They're quite steep, but for the purposes of this, they work wonders. Cool. Now, railings. Do we have stair railings here? No, we don't. Of course we don't. Why would we? Okay, now let me quick save here. Okay, that's what I want. I also want to mess around here with the Snappy Builds kit. So if I take Snappy Builds again, industrial, turn off the surface snapping so I can get it correct. Floor. Does this snap to anything down here? No. No, it doesn't. It does, however, snap up there. So, if I were to put a wall here, then can I snap an industrial floor? Yes, I can. That will give me a good idea over whether it's too high or too low. There we are. Just like a glove. Now there's a reason I've done that. which I will explain to you in just a moment. So I'm going to expand this out by, I'm going to keep the shape a little bit quirky. So now I'm going to scrap the catwalks because these are not needed. We've now been left with like a little room, as it were. And I want to put in a doorway over here. Let's put a window here and a window on this side. There we are. Oh, that's a huge door. Wow, why are these pillars so massive? Who needs a pillar this big? Oh, shit. I've got plugs though, haven't I? Plugs that I can put in the way. I mean, either way, I'm sure I can make this work. So I'll put the metal plugs in for these windows. Whether or not I can actually put glass in them is a different matter. Keeping in touch with the aesthetic here, we have orange doors. Do we have orange metal doors? Yes, we do. Oh yeah, of course, I need an industrial plug. That's probably where I screwed up. That's it. I think that's where I screwed up on the entrance I made on the building back there. Which direction does that open? Inwards to the left. That's exactly how I want it to open. Now, I do have another question, which are these four walls. Do they have a curve at the top? No, they don't. Yeah, that's not going to work unless I can put this in with the curve over the top. Like so. And the reason for that is because this part does actually, need a roof. Hey, that's one way to short-circuit the argument of you can't snap here. So I think you'll find that I fucking can. Okay, yeah, both of these need replacing with that same piece. Shit. Where is it? That's the one. The Diseased Mind of Oliver S. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Diseased and often too much of a perfectionist brain of mine. Excellent. So now I'll go over the top. Ah, so that one snaps. Fair enough. Okay. I mean, not very well. And it's still pretty violently off-center. but it tried. Oh, it snapped the wrong fucking way anyway. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright. You win. I'll do it the normal way. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's take these conduits out because of course they don't work, at least not at the moment. I will deal with the discrepancies here in a little bit. Right now I want to put in the floor, which will mimic the style of the building back there, which is the idea of this construction. Now I do want to put this double door set in, and there's a reason for that. You know what, I actually really like leaving in these industrial foundations. It looks as though we've recast the concrete ourselves and that we've used this as the medium to do it, and I think that creates quite a nice and really quite interesting design here. Now these catwalk frames are obviously red. I'm not a fan of those. However, under my standard structures, excuse me, industrial, and I believe under the rusted editions, the foundations that we have are relatively the same. Okay, I think it's going to need manual placement, but we'll do that. Okay, so we've got some big foundations here. I have a feeling these have been rescaled. I'm not sure that's going to work. I'll have to lower the scale and do it that way. Again though, that is poking off the end, which doesn't really hold up. Always funny when that happens. So let's make that bigger. I mean, I suppose I could put it on the other side. I mean, come on, this doesn't even look remotely correct. That looks more correct. Oh, now you want to fucking snap, don't you? Oh my god, why'd you do this to me? Okay, so if I do that, what does that look like from the inside? Just for the purposes of not having to walk all the way around, we're just going to put these industrial stair bridges in. Yeah, these poke through. No surprises there. Yeah, I think that is fine. Great. Now we will put in the bridge support here. Can I get it to take is the question. No. So let me do it another way. Nope, wrong piece. This is going to be a lot more annoying than I expected. Wait, where the hell did my other piece go? Oh, it's here. There it is. Okay, let me just put this way too high for now. And I will sort this out first. I want to make sure that the metal casting beam here is underneath like that. Yes, I am aware that it is sticking off into the water. I will take steps to remedy that, I can assure you. What I'll do is just add another industrial frame to this. That now looks like it has been installed into the side of the cliff face to add some extra support to this layer here. And now we need to put one more. Will it snap side by side? No, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Pull it towards us so we don't get confused over which piece is which. That's it. Just comparing it to its twin. Okay, that is the correct size. Excellent. So that's been adapted. Yes, fine. There's another pipe. I really need to sleep and get back to daytime. Right, that's definitely too high. So 1, 2, 3, 22 units. Oh, and they basically line up now. Yeah, that's fine. So all of that now lines up. So we now have a well-supported industrial frame on this side. Now, under snappy builds, back to our same industrial kit. We do have those pillars right at the end of the category. They're way too large. Yeah, I don't think I could get away with putting one of those in. On the exterior walls though, do we have a tiny corner piece that I can use here? Because these walls don't join together particularly well. Now that's an internal pillar. I think I need one with a curved top, that's the thing. No, that definitely wouldn't work. I think that's going to be our only option for outside here. Which, I'll be honest, it's not the end of the world. The discrepancies that will cause will be absolutely, like, barely even significant. So I'm quite happy to install those on the outside for the sake of consistency. Lovely stuff. Yeah, this wall doesn't 100% line up, but I think that's a kind of quirk of the system. Great. So again, under the... Why have I gone into the high-tech here? I don't want high-tech, I want industrial. Oh yeah, I need an industrial plug. That is for a huge door there. What the hell? Do I just have a... There we go, a normal double door plug. Again, we'll stick to the same sets of doors this entire structure is currently using. No, I want it to open the other way. Like that. So that opens outwards. Great. That's what I like. Ooh, those stairs are poking through the exterior. And there's not much I can do about this bit. That pipe going overhead is fine. I think that keeps a nice bit of the natural structure that came with it. Oh yeah, of course, we're in a complete blackout because I blew out the power grid. Whoops. I did forget about that. But no matter, we'll sort that out momentarily. And this place does have some residual light from all the consoles that are currently running. Okay, so up here. Not much we can do here because we have the balcony over top. But up here can be a bit of a recreation area. I think that would be absolutely fine. And it's to be expected that we'd have somewhere for you to sit while you're on the job, as it were. Does the railings have their own special categories in Snap and Build? No, I've got windows, canopies. I mean, if I can install windows... No, I can't. That's fine though. Okay, no railings. We don't have a choice of railings. So we'll install that and we will manually place these. like so. I mean, these look kind of new, as though they've only just been put down, and I think that's quite a good look. At the end of the day, we are adapting this place. We are improving it, we are making it better, and it's going to be a brand new water reclamation plant for the Commonwealth. After all, everyone needs a good supply of clean water. Do I not have a single one in the middle? That does look kind of stupid, but I mean, there can be a broken railing. It's not an issue, and its centre of rotation is pretty badly off, I'll be honest. So I'm just going to take wee bit of finagling to get this in place. One is kind of broken. That does make sense. Or I could just place one of these. And I mean, that does kind of work. And I think it looks a lot cleaner with this. Yeah, that is a broken cap, so that wouldn't make much sense to be there. I mean, there it looks like you could just simply sling a rope between these or something, so that's fine with me. I'll put another set of railings here. Then I will lower those just a little bit. Oh, those are the grey ones. That's what I want, the yellow ones. Oh, there we go. I have a feeling that's not really going to work. That will do just nicely. And now we put in the final railings here. And move these over to one side. Like that. There we go. So we now have almost like a staff a break area. They can even shout up to the soldiers on the roof if they'd really like to. I think that's quite a nice touch. Oh, bear with me just a moment. Oh, apologies for that, guys. Just had a massive sneezing fit. You know, I was just finishing my sentence and I can feel this tickle in the end of my nose and I'm like, oh no, here it comes. All good now, though. All good now. Oh, this darkness is crippling. But I still haven't really thought about where I'm going to put the power grid for this place. So I'm thinking up this end as well. Let's put railings across here too. I will move those ever so slightly. One of the other bits, industrials back here. We must have some kind of wall trim here. I seem to recall seeing a trim. Because at the moment there's too much grey, there's too much there's too much concrete here. Just pure ass concrete. I will figure out what to do about this concrete look afterwards. We've got railings up here. I'm thinking under this hodgepodge, chrome consoles. Let's put a corner one up here. I want another one with the telephone attached to it, because I think that would be useful. Now, do we have any waist-high ones? So that whoever's working up here can look over the side and shout down to anybody. No, I don't think we have any waist-height terminals, at least not there. I mean, this is the closest one. Yeah, the ones I've got here aren't exactly waist-high, but... Oh no, these ones are waist-high. What the hell am I doing? To make sure they have access to as many of these instruments as they can. That's excellent. No particularly long ones up here. And that's got monitors. Where is the one that had all of the map data in that shite on it? Ah, one of these. Ooh. Doesn't quite fit up here. That's fine. Have we got any smaller ones than that? Yes, we do. One of those will do just nicely. Let's tuck this against the wall. If these come in from the railings just a tad, I'm not going to be too worried about that. Excellent. So we have potentially another operator up here, someone who can look over. Maybe this could be the supervisor for the Reclamation Centre. I would say I'd have this manned by the Minutemen, but I think the water reclamation could be handled by civilian personnel. And I think instead of having a central power grid, why don't we have... I mean, this is a big industrial building already. Why don't we just have the power grid split up across the centre? I think that would make a lot more sense. Though I do also see the irony of having power and electric next to a massive vat of water and moisture, which could, well, last time I checked, water and electric didn't mix. Well, they did, but with disastrous results, just to put it bluntly. Now, the space under here is likely to be a little bit unused, should I say. So let's go to landscaping here, change the flooring. We'll put down the same units here. What this will help do as well is plug the gaps between what will be the shipyard and the civilian population. so this will just help with creating a very distinct boundary. Now I don't really want to use that wrought iron because I've used wrought iron in a lot of the builds I've already done, so I don't think it'll be under junk fences. What about miscellaneous barriers? Yeah, this is the one. So we have these large fences. We've got broken, semi-broken and very broken, as it were. So let's put these wood panels down. I mean, these ones here are decent enough that I don't think it warrants needing a proper security gate for them. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we need a security gate for this. That's it. So I'll check what that looks like from the other side. Yeah, it's fenced off. Looks good. Now, we'll place another one of these. Just here. How is that? So I don't think that's quite straight. That is now straight. Place another fence post. It's a shame because out of all the things that I think could snap and could do it quite easily, this is one of them, but it does not. I think perhaps putting in a kind of ragged fence here will just give it a little bit of texture, a bit of flavour to it. Just make sure it's on the right level. Like so. It's kind of hard to tell because there's no straight line for it. It's not supposed to be a straight line. It's after all broken and ragged. But it's fine, it's not something we can't deal with. Now before I actually do that, let me put the generator in there. These large industrial ones look like they might fit, but I'm not going to do that. I think the industrial medium would be a good one to put in here. I will just shrink it ever so slightly though. That's it. Back to structures, fences, and we'll just continue to fence off this position. Like so. I can't get around that, that's fine. So I think one more fence panel just here will solve the issue, just like that. So yeah, that's now one less place that the civvies can use to get around what is going to be the access point for the shipyard. Those metal stairs poking through the wall are really going to get on my nerves, so I best go and sort that before I get super angry about it. So I go 1, 2, EP102. That should then solve the problem. Yeah, there we go. No more stairs poking through. Now, under standard power, your connectors and switches. Now, I am going to, I guess, slightly cheat on this. I'm going to put a strong conduit up top. Run the wire straight up. That doesn't get in the way of anything, that's fine. Now I will go up to the top of the building. Ooh. What on earth has happened here? Oh, I know what's happened. Ah, because I took down this wall. It now doesn't line up because that bit that came off the top here was part of that wall. It was a wall and roof combo. I will fix that in a bit. And the pylon that I want to use is this. Strong wireless. Now you see when I pick it up it lags like a bitch. That is because this single pylon has the power, excuse the pun, to power almost the entire settlement from where it is, if not all of it. It saves me having to thread wires everywhere, and I think this might be the best one for this. I will probably put some cosmetic generators around the place at some stage, so it's not going to be completely cheating. Just for the purposes of being functional, it most likely will be. That's something I can live with. Apologies if you cannot. And there we go, that's been fixed. So that is the rooftop. Now the last thing I want to do before I round off here is to light the settlement up. This is the one time I actually want it to be night time. I'll deal with that broken pipe in a moment. Well, probably off camera now, but hey. So, lights. Excuse me, my cable's getting tangled here. So let's put a couple of work lights down here. Wow, this place is so dark. I almost want to say the work lights are going to be best, but I need to actually power them with a direct wire connection, and I don't really want to do that. Otherwise these cage lights might be a good bet. I mean, they're not really providing much light, I must say. Not for the area that actually needs it. Let me just check what kind of light I have under Snappy Builds. Oh, not Snappy Builds, Homemaker, sorry. Because I'm not a fan of the lights that you get in Homemaker, just because although they look big, they literally illuminate fucking nothing. For example, the illumination you get from them is so limited unless you put down a street light, and these just don't fit up on a catwalk like this. Yeah, that's the thing with the lantern, you can knock it over, and I'm not very keen on that unless I put them out of reach, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But even still, that barely lights up anything. How are these power? No, it's not going to be under there. I think these are just power, not actual light. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Didn't mean to do that. Fuse box generator. Wow, there are some really cool generators out of this lot. I might have to use one of these. Ooh, holy shit. Something like that would look amazing if I can find somewhere to put it and not look really stupid. CBC spotlights. If I were to place one of these on the wall, what kind of light am I getting? Painfully little, it would seem. Now these just create atmosphere. They don't really serve any particularly good kind of purpose. I mean, honestly, these spotlights, I don't hate them, and they wouldn't look out of place mounted on the railings here. Maybe 70 degrees is a bit much. Down 45 perhaps? Yeah, snaps to walls. Not very well it don't. Okay, fuck you. I'm just going to have to fuck with it manually, I guess. I mean, I like it, but that beam of light is so obnoxiously powerful. That is so obnoxious. That really is. I'm really at a loss, I'll be honest with you. Because the only ones that properly make a difference I mean, we can suppose these are battery powered, because there's somebody swimming in this vat down here, because that is not good for you, my friend, not good for you. Just take away these cage lights. Yeah, these industrial ones are the only real ones that make a difference. Or I mean, maybe these green lights, they make a little bit. These serve more as markers, but I think to mark the buildings, these are pretty good. Yeah. What does that look like? You know what, that doesn't look too bad, because these are wall mounted and they do provide a really good amount of light. So yeah, I don't hate that. I think that looks decent enough. So this walkway is now lit up. That's what we like to see. The farm I'm not concerned with. The farm is perfectly well lit from what I've put down. I am going to go to sleep through to the night. Bear with me. Grab a quick drink while I wait. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Back to night time. Now for lighting. I do quite like these light strings because they look a bit clandestine, but they look, well, they're effective. That's what you want. Just want a bit of light. So I'm going to go with these little string lights. Oh. Can I mount these between the podiums? I can. I can mount these between the poles if I just make the lights a bit bigger. Yes, it's mounted at the very top of those. Like that. I quite like that. I think that looks really effective. And it kind of, although it looks claustrophobic, it still looks welcoming. It looks like you're not going to fall off and hurt yourself. I mean, I know health and safety in the wasteland is kind of a secondary concern at this point, but if we can avoid people dying unnecessarily, then we will avoid people dying unnecessarily. Now in here, one of the most obvious decisions is to use these light bulbs, because these are cheap, effective, and very bright. And for a room that is going to be the heart and soul of the operation, I don't mind this being cheap and cheerful in terms of lighting. I'm going to put some more up top here. Yeah, it's not low enough for me to bump my head on them. That's perfect. Now, was it CVC? Or was it hodgepodge? It was hodgepodge. You see, you get these hanging flags. And one of these happens to be a Minuteman flag. Like, absolutely brand spanking new. Kind of worn but not so new, and fucked up. And I'm thinking of using the kind of worn ones here, just for a bit of variety in our flag display. I'm going to make this one quite large so that it breaks up that wall. And power lights. The track lights are also quite a favourite for me. Not to mention we use that for the settlement sign. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Put up a few of these track lights. Oh, that looks much better. Much, much better. I think a nice long fluorescent light as you come in will frame that very well. I reckon a standing one in this corner and we're pretty much good to go. It's the first time I've used one of those. Yeah, I quite like that. And under the homemaker set we also have the new Commonwealth flag, which I think will be a nice addition. I don't remember that being in the pack. I mean, it most likely is, but you know what I mean. Okay, it's not homemaker. Where do I remember seeing it? That's got to be homemaker. Am I just being an idiot? Yes, I am being a fucking idiot. I completely forgot about Graffiti. Because of course it'll be under factions. And you've got the Minutemen ones, which is the new Commonwealth. So I think having a new Commonwealth flag here to remind everybody of what we're fighting for is a very good addition. And I think another one outside on this wall. Yes, it is a little bit mucky on this wall, but that doesn't matter. I mean, you have to kind of get a bit close to it to see it, but hey. Now, speaking of signs, we need some health, safety and law. First of all, we need to let everybody know this is protected by the Minutemen. That post there obscures that one, so we won't bother with that. That is absolutely fine though. We have one of these. I mean, you're not going to be working out here at night, not on these machines anyway. Labels. These are massive. This will definitely be classified as a restricted area. Right. Definitely restricted. Logic. No, settlements. We already have our settlement sign put up here, so I'm absolutely fine with that. Yeah, restricted area, protected by the Minutemen. Come in here at your own peril if you are not authorised to be here. And there will be a guard in here to make sure that whoever does come in does have the correct permission to be here. Now this is a concrete floor, so let's break it up with, at least down here, we'll put down some rubber mats. Rubber mats. We are running low on rubber, it seems. No matter. I mean, no doubt I will need to go on a mad spree to collect some more soon. Great. These terminals look a little bit dark for my taste, so let's put another light over top. Let's put a few actually. That's better. You can actually see the terminal if you're working here, which is the point. You need to be able to see what you're doing. Up here is fine, you can see those terminals. Floor coverings, we will put down, that's way too big. So let's put another rubber mat here. And let's put down a rubber mat in front of the stairs as well. Just to take a bit of the edge off this concrete look. I mean, we're keeping the concrete because that's how the building was, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to adapt it and make it a bit more comfortable. Out here I think will be nicely lit by some of those track lights. So there is a reason this room exists, and I will go through that when we get there. And just to make sure I'm reminded of what exactly I'm doing here. Screw it, let me just put 2 of these down. I'm not going to go scouring for one thing. We just put those in. Those are temporary, they're not going to be here forever, so don't worry about that. Okay, the door up into here will also have some lights. It will have the green lights like the other ones. And this door here is going to have red lights. Yeah, this is going to be the entrance to the shipyard, or at least the one of the entrances to the shipyard. So there is all that to look forward to. And just make sure I don't fuck it up. I'm going to lock that door in case I fall out into the water like a dope. Excellent. I mean, this is far from the finished article, but I think this is where I'm going to cover for today. Down the end here, you know, I really like how that's lit at night. I think that looks really, really nice. I do think these gantry things here really make a difference. I think it brings just enough claustrophobia and just enough industrial feel, but without getting in the way of the settlement. So it's a really nice aesthetic, and I am going for a kind of cramped feel to a lot of this place. Realistically speaking, I'm not going to make it so cramped that my settlers are falling all over each other. I really need to put some more beds down. We have some people who can't get to sleep, unfortunately. Nothing I can do about that. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you guys for now. If you have made it to the end of the video, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. Because if you've made it to the end of the video, just know that I fucking love you. And if you didn't make it to the end of the video, I know you're not going to hear this, but I love you too. So, yeah, if the viewers want to hear how much I love them, tell them to go and watch to the end of the video. But no, liking, commenting, subscribing really helps boost the algorithm, puts this rebuild effort in the forefront. I am taking suggestions. Any names for Minutemen will also, anything in the comments that are Minuteman name suggestions. I do have a pad right here next to me. So all you have to do is write down the name of the Minuteman you want to name. Could be anything. And I'll make sure I get right on it. If you want a backstory for any of them, please feel free to include it. I know there's a few people in my comments down there who, you guys give me some really detailed backstory, and coming from a writer myself, it's really incredible to see when I'm looking at it going, holy shit, this is some cool stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope you're enjoying this build. It's definitely an interesting one, to say the least, but I'm really enjoying it. Thank you very much, guys. Take care, stay safe, peace out, and have a good one. Laters.